Rock bottom, the gift in the crumble. When we hit rock bottom, whether through a breakup, the loss of a job, a health crisis, or even a complete identity shift, it can feel like there's no way out. It's raw, heavy, and often disorienting. But it's also a moment of profound potential, a place where transformation begins or continues. So here's the truth. Rock bottom is not the end. It's the ground on which you rebuild. Now, the gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas, offer a framework to move through these challenging times. Now, sattva guna is the clarity and harmony that emerge when you integrate the lessons of the crumble and find the new direction. Rajas guna is the energy of movement and action, the fire that sparks when you start to take small steps forward. And tamas guna represents the heaviness and stillness of rock bottom. It's the phase where everything feels stuck, mucky, and unclear. So why do things fall apart? In many spiritual traditions, there is a belief that life crumbles when we're out of alignment with our true path or resisting necessary change. The crumble creates space for something new to emerge. So think about it. A relationship ends because it no longer serves your growth. A job is lost to make room for a career aligned with your greater purpose. And illness forces you to slow down and reevaluate your lifestyle. So these are redirections in disguise, painful but purposeful. Now, how to navigate rock bottom using the gunas? Well, let's start with sattva guna. Find the light. Sattva guna is air. After moving through tamas and rajas, you arrive at sattva, the phase of balance and clarity. This is where you begin to understand why the crumble happened and how it's shaping you for the better. Now, you may not recognize sattva guna while you're in the eye of the storm, while you're in the midst of the chaos of the crumble, yet keep moving through it and do the necessary teachings, do the necessary lessons, integrate, embody it, and you will get to sattva guna. So what do? Well, you reflect on your journey, meditate on the lessons you've learned, set intentions for the path ahead. And this is a lot more accessible when we come from curiosity and noticing versus judgment and expectation. And if judgment and expectation do show up, that means take a step back, slow down, find your grounding, and then begin again. And why this matters? Well, sattva is where you rebuild with wisdom, crafting a life more aligned with your higher purpose. Now we move into rajas guna, fire. Ignite the fire. Once you've acknowledged the crumble, rajas calls you to act. This is the energy of movement, of trying, of stepping forward even when the path feels shaky, dark, and unclear. So what to do? Take one small, deliberate action. Just one. A phone call, a walk, or even cleaning a drawer in your space. And why does this matter? Well, Rajas Guna gets the energy flowing again, reminding you that you're capable of creating change even from the smallest starting point. Keep one foot in front of the other. Then we move into Tamas Guna, where we embrace earth and we embrace the stillness. When everything falls apart, it's natural to feel overwhelmed, exhausted, or even paralyzed. This is the tamas phase, a time for stillness and introspection. So what to do? Rest, journal, and acknowledge the feelings that are showing up. Let yourself grieve without judgment. Why it matters: denying this phase only prolongs it. Tamas Guna invites you to sit in the dark long enough to find the spark of light. Examples of rock bottom and redirection. Let's look at the career shift. Imagine someone who loses their job unexpectedly. In Tamas Guna, they feel defeated and question their worth. In Rajas Guna, they start exploring new skills or even freelancing. By the time they reach Sattva Guna, they've discovered a career path that feels far more fulfilling than the one they lost. It's a redirection if we choose to look at it that way. Now, a lot of times we have to feel the pain of rock bottom to motivate us into going the other way, into the redirection. The end of a relationship. A breakup can feel like the world is ending. In Tamas Guna, they grieve and retreat. In Rajas Guna, they start reconnecting with themselves, maybe through hobbies or spending time with friends. In Sattva Guna, they realize the relationship was a stepping stone to deeper self-love and preparation for a more aligned partnership. And let's look at the health crisis. Someone diagnosed with a chronic illness might first feel despair in Tamas Guna. And in Rajas Guna, they research, seek support, and make lifestyle changes. In Sattva, they discover a new appreciation for life and cultivate a deeper connection with their body, soul, and mind. So here's a guided reflection, finding your way through the crumble. Let's take a moment just to reflect together. Find a comfortable position if you're not in one already. Close your eyes if it feels comfortable, and breathe in through the nose into the belly, the navel, and the third eye, the space between the eyebrows. Open mouth and gentle sigh. Soften the jaw and feel the tongue. Now, Tamas Guna, bring to mind an area of your life that feels heavy or stuck. Try not to overthink it. Let it come to you. Without judgment, simply sit with the weight of it. What is it teaching you? Rajas Guna. Now imagine taking one small step forward. What is one action you can take today to move through this heaviness? And Sattva Guna. Finally, visualize yourself on the other side of this challenge, feeling peaceful and clear. What wisdom will you want to carry with you? And take another deep breath, navel, heart, third eye. Open mouth and gentle sigh. And when you're ready, if your eyes are closed, please open them and be present for our closing thoughts. So rock bottom is not a failure. It's a foundation. Through the gunas, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, air, fire, earth, you can navigate the crumble, honoring the stillness of Tamas, the action of Rajas, and the clarity of Sattva. If you're in a crumble right now, remember this: you have the strength to rebuild. And if you've made it through to the other side before, take a moment to give yourself credit at how far you've actually come. And thank you for sharing this space with me. If this episode resonates with you, please share it with someone who might need this reminder. And as always, I'm here to support you in service. So if this opens up emotions or feelings or thoughts that are beyond the capacity to cope, please reach out. This is my higher purpose, to help you redirect from when the rock bottom hits. I say namaste, peace out, peace and love, aho.